Recently, my wife and I moved out of the house we were staying in and moved into a new house. And we've done this a couple times before, especially with us being in the military. But this time, we got hit with these powerful emotions that we couldn't quite seem to place our thoughts on. Like, what are we feeling right now? Why are we being overcome with so much emotion? And we didn't even realize it at the time, but afterwards, I think it was nostalgia. And so let's talk about some nostalgia some. So if you guys are new or if you're returning, well, if you're new, welcome first of all, and thanks for joining. Returning, of course, thanks for joining. Like always, I originally started this channel to do nostalgia video games like MW2 and all that stuff, but really, I'm just wanting to bring back the nostalgic COD commentary because I enjoy playing Black Ops 6. Actually, it's pretty fun. But anyway, so welcome in. Happy to have you here. And nostalgia is the actual definition for it is a sentimental longing or wishful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. So if you kind of take that definition and think about it, like when we're looking for these, like if you go down the rabbit hole of like nostalgia too, that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know if it's a real thing, but like you have people specifically in the community that I'm trying to join, and it's like people playing MW2 or like the Black Ops 1 or just like old CODs, and they're doing commentaries just talking about life, and it brings us all like that nostalgic feeling of back when we were younger, or for me it was when I was in high school when life was simple. And these are powerful emotions. And so what like brings all of that together? I think it's like so many different factors, but like for us moving out of that house, that was our first house at this duty location. We just moved into like, we're still at the same base, but we moved on base, so it's just more convenient for us. But it's like that house was our first like military home. That was our first place that we got after getting to our first base, and then also we brought our daughter home in that house. So it had so many emotional ties and like fond key memories of our daughter growing up and being welcome into that home. And then that home also, like from a practical perspective, it had like this big play area in it where we would always play with the kids, and it was just really cool to watch that. So with all of that being said, it's cool to like look for some nostalgia sometimes and like want to feel it, and like it's okay to miss some previous times in life. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, for me, that nostalgic time of my life was when I was in high school and I didn't have many responsibilities. I was staying up late like every weekend playing Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 2 Zombies and all those, like Halo Reach, just those fun games with my friends in high school, and it was so fun, and I have so many fond memories of it. But like there's a trap that I think I see a lot of people fall into, and that's like reminiscing so much and missing those times so much that they're unable to move on from the past. It's like life moves on. We can stay at that house. Being in the military, like you move around like like on average every 3 to 5 years you move from a different base. So that was coming. That house we were renting, and originally why we had to leave was because the owner wanted to sell it. So it's like even if we really wanted to stay there, we couldn't. And it's hard to move on from that nostalgia, but something that's vital for you to recognize is that nostalgia is a powerful emotion. And emotions, even if they're powerful, are temporary. you can't feel a certain way all the time and forever. It's just, I mean, unless you're like one of those super old people that's just miserable and hates life, props to them. But it's like most of the time, emotion, it's just a temporary, a momentary feeling. And so while nostalgia is good, I think it's great to have like moments and periods where you can look for some nostalgia and have like that happy, that like, it's almost like a high type of emotion. But if you're chasing it, maybe you're going about it the wrong way. Life is so short, and life happens whether you want it to or not, and seconds are ticking on your own clock. And don't get caught up in the past, man. There's so much life to live, and life goes on. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm 26. I have a career I'm trying to get going. My wife has a career she's trying to get going. Well, first of all, I'm married now. I'm not a high schooler who's single or in like a high school relationship. I have children I have to look after. And when I say no responsibilities back then, it was like a big one is children. They take up all of my time when I'm not at work. And so, why would I be over here and so worried about the past when I have something so beautiful right in front of my eyes, my family? And just saying that, it kind of makes me emotional. Like, that's something special. And if I was stuck in the past reminiscing and not wanting to move forward in life, I would have never found what I have now. So I just, let's have a conversation. Sorry. Let's have a conversation about this. Like, what's something that brings you nostalgia, and why does it bring you nostalgia? And then, like, let's think about, like, do you struggle with your nostalgia? Do you feel like you can't be in the moment as much anymore? Or what brings you that nostalgia? And is it something that like you have struggles with? Like, do you constantly think about it? Or do you feel like you're pretty engaged and living in the present? Let's just have a conversation about it. And like I said, if you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome back. Hopefully we can build some community and get to know each other. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. Also, I'm being more consistent now that I'm in the house and I have internet connection. So bye. Thank you.